People are dumb. That is another thing, though. I think people are dumb.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Well, I mean, just like this religious shit that's been going on recently, like the Brussels attack. People are willing to put fucking dead man triggers on their fucking hands and cart in bombs and blow themselves up. Like, can we stop tolerating this religious shit? Like,
I mean, it's like, what can we do, you know?
Well, I know, but it's like our country was founded on like free speech and like the ability to practice whatever religion we want to practice. But also, we're in a modern society. People that I don't want to like sound at risk of coming off as arrogant, like people that are like a bit more worldly and maybe like smarter. They don't believe in any of that shit, and there's a reason because they figured it out that it's horseshit. So, like, for people that haven't figured it out, we're just tolerating idiots. Like, we're just accommodating people that are dumb. And that's fine, and I get it. But when it comes to this, like, religious shit where people are blowing other people up, like, why are we... Like, that's just a next level of dumb.
Yeah, that's a level of extremism where it's... I don't even...
Well, it's... Extremism is what you'd say... But what I'm saying, it's another level of stupid.
Yeah. Well, extremism can be thought of as stupidity.
Sure.
Depending on who you tell.
But you look at their society, right? You look at this society. They live in the fucking desert. They have no... Their life sucks. Like, it blows a fat one. It really does. And they hate it. And their entire life is them just wanting to... Like, their whole life is a game. Their entire life is, well, I'm going to get old enough so that I can die or kill in the name of God so that I can then enjoy a place that isn't a shithole. Because what we live in right now is a complete, like, it's hell. We live, like, I think they even equate where they live is like hell. And, like, dying is going to, like, the real plane. So, for when you're dealing with a group of people like that, like, how do you fucking deal with them?
I mean,
like, and why tolerate it?
It just gets to a point where, like, you can't really change it. There's a thing.
You can though.
Well, that's it's really, really, like, okay, so there's a psychological phenomenon. I forgot what the actual name of it's called, but it's pretty much if you have beliefs that are incredibly, incredibly strong, usually, you know, stereotypical beliefs or negative beliefs as such, and you show somebody an example of a person, like, so if you find a KKK member,
sure,
you know, and, you know, fuck blacks, fuck niggers, you know, they're stupid and vicious savages. If you...
But I will say, I've heard some things about modern KKK. They're not like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, like, I'm like, super stereotypical. And you show them a black doctor in a suit.
Sure.
It will actually strengthen their beliefs and opposition of this, like it, like definitely. It's, yeah. So it's like if you even trying to reason with people like that are so far gone can actually make things worse. And it comes to a point where, like, it's not even really possible. It's not actually possible for anyone to talk them out of it. They have to do it themselves. They have to come to the realization on their own.
Well, at that point, why don't we just fucking put bullets in them?
Well, that is genocide.
It is genocide. You know what? Like, it totally is. It definitely is. And, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so un-PC, but it's so, like, why do we fucking tolerate this religious shit?
Because
they want to kill us, so, like, fucking put metal in them.
Then it comes down to, I mean, like, our religious roots. You know, it's like, do we like? Would God be okay with us
Yeah,
like
but
killing an entire race? Like,
here's
what
my
right
point
do we
though.
have?
We are the bigger animal. That's my point. We are the bigger animal. We have the right to fuck you up. This is nature, baby, and we are the biggest animal. So, yep, it's not, and we are such a omnipotent and kind animal that we don't go around killing people. But when you start fucking with us, well, I don't know.
Mm,
I'm not gonna say I'm for genocide, but I'm also saying we should kill these people.
Ugh.
I know it sounds ugly, but
It
like
is ugly.
it is definitely ugly. It's fucked up. But like, look at history. Like, would any other culture tolerate this shit?
Well, I will say,
And I don't want you to
it
judge me
depends.
either, because you've
No, no,
known
no,
me
no,
for a
no, no,
long
no,
time,
no.
and you know I don't want you know how
Yeah,
I feel.
I think this definitely depends on the scale. Like, this is kind of a. It's more so like over the years, I think society has learned to tolerate more. Um, and people die and people get hurt. But like, if you were to actually, ask the big heads, like in like the fucking White House and shit right now, if terrorism is actually like a threat to the overall society of the United States of America, it's not. It's not. As a whole, it is not. We're not gonna get we're not gonna get fucking bombed to shit.
Well,
Like
when you
people
say
can die.
threat, it's not a threat to the structure of our world,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
we're
It's a threat
still
to some people.
but people are still winning the lottery and getting blown up, and that's not
Sure.
cool.
It's not cool regardless. But like how can you really tell who's an extremist and who's not?
Oh no, you can't.
And in that case, you're literally like committing genocide across the entirety of like a group of or like a religious group.
Well, here, let me put it to you this way. Um, I remember seeing a video online of like war footage, and like it was of like the bureaucracy of war and not getting like permission to kill people when you know that they need to be killed. So like, how would you feel about this? Because in my mind, it's like fairly clear, even though there is some gray. But there's a group of people on you play like Call of Duty and shit, like with like the AC-130, like the giant like sky tanks that have like different guns on them and stuff. And there's like a video footage that's like HD footage
Mm-hmm.
of like the crosshairs, pretty much. So like you see a group of people that are hiding behind a wall, like maybe 8 guys. They're all like fairly young, like dudes, and they have an RPG.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all just waiting around the corner to see whoever has the RPG to shoot it, because they're interested in whoever they're gonna blow up.
Mm.
So like on the footage, they're like, can we engage on them? Can we engage on them? And they're like, I don't know, blah blah blah. Can we get? And then they finally go, yeah, we can engage. And they unload on all those people, and they kill them all.
Mm-hmm.
So like in your mind, do you think that's fair? Do you think those people are deemed to be terrorists? Because they definitely, in my mind, they're all fucking hanging around a guy with an RPG. Like, I don't know. Like, even if they aren't going to commit terrorist acts, like, I don't give a shit about those people. And is that fucked up? Like, maybe.
I mean, I will say that like if you have you're walking around with an RPG, you're like, what other intent could you possibly have?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, and it's like 8 guys chilling around the RPG, guy with the RPG waiting for them to shoot a tank or something.
yeah, like it's not like that is a weapon of destruction. Like you're not trying to kill one person with that. You're trying to kill a multitude of people or take down like a fucking vehicle.
Yep. You're
What
trying
other
to commit
purpose
an
would
act
they
of
have
terror.
that for? Yeah, what other purpose, would they have that for?
But my point is the collateral. Are those people that are deemed terrorists?
The other people that are around the person with the RPG?
Yeah.
I'd probably say yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably say yeah.
I would say too, even though it's like I said, it's a little gray.
But even then, like Like, if this person isn't shooting you guys with an RPG that he has in his hand, then, I mean, I'm assuming that you all are, okay with what he's doing in the first place, or
It was
working
a
with
sick
him.
video. I gotta tell you honest. Like I don't like seeing people get killed. As I've gotten older, I've gotten hardened to a lot of this shit for whatever reason. I'm not bothered by this stuff. So like when I see these terrorists, I fucking hate these people. Like they have the crosshairs on, and you just hear like, the plane's like I don't know how many. It's like hundreds and hundreds of feet away. It's like miles away. So you just hear like dun 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 dun, and then you don't see the bullets hit, and then you just see like sand explode.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit. And then people run, and they'll like, get that fucker. And then, dun 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 dun. And then you just see like the sand explode around them.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking, those bullets are gigantic. They're like the size of, like little, what do you call them? Pill bottles.
Oh, Jesus.
Just imagine like little bullets the size of pill, but dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway. But so, I mean, I don't know. Is that fucked up?
Well, in that particular context, I don't feel like it's necessarily this. I'll say I don't know if that's the same thing. It's kind of like you can put two and two together and kind of understand that those people were very likely working together.
Mm-hmm.
And
what they did afterwards, like people came by. And with a van, and they were like getting I think there was one guy that was injured, and they were getting just like the van comes by, and they're like, we need to engage, like they're gonna get the weapons, and they blew the fucking van up.
Oh man.
So like, I mean, that's another thing.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Definitely is a lot, but like, I don't want to say this at risk of being insensitive, but like, I think religion is dumb, and I think that people that base their entire lives on religious garbage are even more dumb. And then those people that are there within, oh, by the way, there was like a bunch of soldiers in that area, and they were clearing it. Like those people soldiers would have been in danger if those people weren't taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So like, even that, I can't condone like they're literally like human vermin. Like they're like the worst kind of people, and they're just fucking up cultures. They're fucking up their own culture, and they're fucking up our culture, and they're just killing people.
Yeah. And
so like, to let something like that, I don't know, man. I don't want to sound like an asshole. I just don't. Like I have no tolerance for. Like I'm getting to the point where I think. As a culture, and this sounds fucked, that I don't think we should even like tolerate like Islam at all. I think it should be like a banned religion or something.
Meh.
I know.
That even goes against your views.
It does. Because it's like dangerous. It's like we shouldn't be teaching people this. It's like I'm so, you know what? It does, because it's like this I'm so against censorship.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why are we even? It's not even like censorship. It's like eradication. It's like, well, these people don't need to be. We need to protect people. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know the answer either.
No one does. If we did, it would have been solved a long time ago. No one has any answer. We're all just kind of going around doing it play by play.
Terrorist attack.
Yeah, and like whether it comes from someone from Islam or whether it comes from Jimmy from down the block, it's just a thing that we can't really anticipate or protect against unless people were fucking dumb and push it on social media. It's just we can't do anything about it, and we're beyond the point where we can go up and ask people, are you an extremist? Yeah, and shoot them in the head. Like,
well, that's ridiculous. But it's more like,
of course. But like, even then, that was just like a tongue-in-cheek kind of bullshit thing.
No,
but
sure.
But like, we can't go through and like sort out like.
No.
Yeah, it's not possible, because I mean it's just not possible. But we clearly also cannot eradicate a race. We also can't, like being the nation that we are, we can't inhibit Muslim people from coming in and out of the country, like without alienating the entirety of like what it is to be an American. Like,
you're totally right, but this is my argument though. Like, it's better to be safe than to be nice.
I think at this point, it's that we'd rather be nice than be safe.
Yes,
like
exactly.
being nice is literally
more important than
it's more important than people's lives,
which is fucked.
Honestly, I agree with it. I think I agree with it.
I think it's more so.
It's that like
it's like this. It's a sacrifice.
Yeah,
and I don't think. But that's where I have to disagree, and so I don't want to make that sacrifice.
I think it's a cause for people that people want to live for, and I think I agree. I agree. I would rather like if it came down to the point where like someone had a gun to my head and I was a really important person and it was like if I had to die to keep like the rights of all these people, you know, like just to keep it happening, like to keep America as it is now.
Well, I think a lot of people have died for that same reason.
Exactly. Like I would die so that like the Muslim people that I know can still live amongst us.
But like, I'm looking at it like you're looking at it from an emotional standpoint and a logical one too. But it's coming from a place of caring, and I'm coming from a place of cold logic. And
yeah.
Fucked. So like what I'm saying is.
I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah, I know, but we have a chicken coop, right? And once in a while, coyotes get into the chicken coop and kill a chicken. And whenever we see the coyotes, we don't shoot them because we want to give them a chance. But we do know that at some point they are going to fucking kill our chickens.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? Do we shoot them when we see them, or do we let them hopefully be peaceful? It's like, and I'm not equating that. I'm loosely equating that to the situation that we have, but it's like, do we take care of the problem right away? To like in the country, that coyote would be dead. You see a coyote, you shoot it in the face. But
sure.
But that's the country. But if in our society, we're city, like we're like metropolitan. We're so modern. We're not the country. We're very old school in how we think. We're very modern in how we think. And for us to make a sacrifice in order to create a better world, like people are willing to do that.
Yeah.
But there needs to be people that go, no, we need to shoot the fucking coyote.
Well, yeah, but if you think of it from a natural standpoint, you know, what happens to the ecosystem after those coyotes are dead? Like, how does that affect everything else in that area? And like, if we eradicate the entirety of the Muslim people,
sure.
You
know what though? You're right, but you know what? That comes back to my point. We're the bigger animal.
Well, yeah, but like
we deserve to be able to fucking swing our dick around.
But even if we're the bigger animal, you know, like animals don't eradicate races or not.
No,
or
they
like
do.
The species of animal. Like there's always more.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I think I said that kind of before, but I didn't really mean. I don't have a better way to articulate it, so I guess it came off that. I don't really not sure what to say about that. Like if you know,
there isn't really a way to do it. Like we can't really articulate it without like. The only way would be to individually see or suss out who is extremist and who isn't, and that's not possible. So it's like, okay, well then, fuck it, just get rid of the problem.
Well, but it's also, my proposal is almost as a society to treat this is the thing. Like, I think religion as a whole is dumb. I don't look down upon people, but like when you have a religion that does kill people. We should treat them like Nazis or something. And I think that's also kind of fucked up. Like, because a lot of people that practice this so-called peaceful Muslim religion don't have, you know, but like also you look in Paris, right?
Mhm.
or in like, I may be getting this wrong a little bit, but it means the same thing. When when these terrorists that planned like the Paris bombings,
Mhm.
he was in like these Muslim communities in Paris, which are very radicalized. Like they're like terrorists pretty much. Well, they're not. They're very radical Islam. Like they, exactly what it means. So the people in this community, which are supposed to be just like peaceful Muslims, they didn't give this guy up. So, I mean, they're not saying that, in a way, they're saying they're okay with this shit. Now, if someone goes around like let's say Christians, for example, like if there's a crazy Christian shooting, they will be the first to go, this guy's a fucking lunatic, we want nothing to do with this, blah, 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 whatever. But the Muslim religion, they kind of they're like, that's kind of their response. They're like, well, what can you do? Not like, oh, this is horrible, or this is, or they either condone it, or they're like, meh. Which to me is fucked.
I'm going to say right now that even that is kind of debatable about the Christian thing, because like not too long ago in North Carolina, there was a Christian shooter that went into a church, had Bible study with a group of these people.
Creepy white guy?
Yeah, and killed them all afterwards immediately.
Yeah.
And it was for, I think it was for the sake of God and all that shit, it was for...
No, he was a neo-Nazi. And
Oh, well, I think even then they still kind of...
No, that guy was a neo-Nazi.
Is there not any kind of religious affiliation with that? I feel like it's still kind of linked to Christianity, or it can be.
Maybe, I don't know.
But, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, nobody said good. Nobody was like, well. Everybody was like, this is fucking horrible. Nobody was like, Like, if they knew where that guy was, they wouldn't, like, not turn him in.
It depends on what you mean. It depends, like, you're saying nobody said, but...
I'm saying they're not that bothered by jihad.
Well, yeah, I know, but, like, it's, like, they literally took that dude, and on the way to taking him, like, to jail, like, he wasn't in handcuffs. They literally dropped his ass off at Burger King.
No.
He was hungry, and they took him to Burger King.
That's fucking creepy. Well, that's a racial issue, though.
It is.
Like a different thing.
Yeah. But, like...
Which I don't even want to get into that, because that's a whole nother thing.
It is.
And I will, and maybe talk about this some other point, but, well, no, I don't want to get into that.
Okay.
I was kind of going to equate to that, like, I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter. There's a lot of numbers are out there.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like that there is a kind of quiet acceptance to these fucking horrific actions.
I mean, I feel like extreme Muslims are around extreme Muslims. I don't really think that they necessarily blend in and everybody accepts what they're going to do. I don't think it's
no, but that was kind of my point. Like, this was supposed to be a peaceful Muslim neighborhood, but they condoned a terrorist. Like, they harbored a terrorist.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean they did it knowingly.
No, but they did. That's what I'm saying. They definitely did. Like, they knew that, like, people knew that he was there. There's like testimonials and shit that they knew he was there.
They knew he was a terrorist?
Yeah, no, that's my whole point. Like, they knew he was there. That's why it's fucking insane. So, I mean, and you see something like that and you go, what the, like, I don't, so, like, being somebody that thinks religion is dumb, and then, like, we're having people that are part of this religion that are pretty much harboring jihad, which is even more dumb. And that's another thing, like, the term jihad was, like, there's shit like that in the Bible, too. And then, like, jihad is like, okay, if you're in your town and a bunch of Western crusaders come by and want to kill everybody because they want this fucking land, well, then you have the right to kill the shit out of them. And I think that's completely reasonable. And that's in there to go, hey, listen, don't let anybody bully you. And that's why it's in there. And it's like, okay, fair enough. But we have shit like that in our Bible too. Like we're the one and only true God. Don't let blah, 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 all this. But like people will say the same shit. But that was like 1,000 years ago. This shit's going on today.
Mm-hmm.
So how can people have that same argument where it's like, oh, but the Bible says, but we learned our lesson 1,000 years ago. That's how dumb these people are. They still like they're so I heard somebody on the Gavin McGinnis show who had a great point where saying they don't understand like we have as a culture matured to a point where we are able to deal with certain things, weapons. Like in the United States is a good example. Like a lot of people have weapons. Like the amount of people that have weapons compared to the ones that compared to shootings is like a staggering number. Yeah. So like safe, like the safe, like I guess right to bear arms is practiced on a daily basis. Nobody knows about it. But it's it's sexy to hear like the fucking all these shootings and stuff. But what I'm saying is like when you have a culture that has been stagnant in the middle of the fucking desert, and they really culturally haven't really changed, and they're just warring. And
they're kind of cloistered off.
Yeah,
amongst themselves.
And then you just hand them a bunch of AK-47s and modern technology. Well, they don't know what the fuck to do with it because as a culture, they haven't matured enough to understand how to use it properly. So, like when we compare the cultures, like they're not even like the same breed as us. They're another animal. And really, they're just they're fucking savages, dude.
Well, I don't want to say that they are savages. I want to say that it's more so like there's more variability between economic classes, most likely. I'm assuming that like their bottom, like our bottom rung, is just like homelessness.
Yeah.
And crime, but I think their bottom rung is a bit more ridiculous.
And their bottom rung is like our bottom rung is like their average.
Yeah, it's like average or like petty theft, crime, shit like that. So
you're like a nation of homeless people, the equivalent of our homeless people. Think about how productive that would be.
Yeah.
And these homeless people are so fucking miserable, all they want to do is die so they can go to heaven. And they're willing to do a bunch of crazy shit to kill themselves.
Yeah, in the name of their God and in the name of, or just being able to, escape from the hell on earth.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And they don't have drugs and stuff.
But then it comes to the decision. It's like, although I have no idea how we would do this, but it's like, do we educate and uplift these people, or are they too far gone, or do we is it more of a detriment to our society to attempt to uplift these people than it is to entirely excommunicate them from our society?
Yeah.
But then if you also think about it, like you said, people living over there are living in chaos and poverty and insanity, and a lot of them would like to escape to America to have decent lives.
Yeah.
So by cutting off, America to Muslims in general, it's like we're even denying those people of even having good lives in the first place.
I'm not even saying that. Like, and when I said that before, it's more like
I'm saying the Muslim ban. Like, if that thing actually happened, it's like, well,
I don't know how we do that either. Like,
I know it's ridiculous.
We're banning beliefs, and it's
crazy.
Really tricky and weird. Yeah. Like if this is 1,000 years ago and I was a ruler, I would go, no, I'm going to outlaw this. I'm going to outlaw them. Like they're all out here. People that practice religion are to be persecuted. I don't know about killed or whatever, but maybe just I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, eliminate the problem.
Eliminate the problem.
It's now it would be
fine about it. But we don't live 1,000 years ago. And we can't do that. And even 1,000 years ago, morally, it would not be. It's fucked up. But today, it's like, how do we solve this problem where our enemy is using tactics from 1,000 years ago.
That was very well put.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's you're pretty much right. It's like if you like you don't want to put it this way, but it's pretty much, you know, we are, or one would think that we are the more civilized society. That's not saying that there aren't civilized people over there, but I think the as far as numbers go, you know, like the civilized rung over there in comparison to over here, I don't know. It's like how many people are actually willing to you know, debate or talk this out, you know, country to country, in comparison to just like saying fuck it. And
people in general aren't willing to talk this out. Nobody will say the things I just said to you. People are so afraid to come off like they are being politically incorrect or racist or insensitive, but it's, you know what it's like? It's like these black Republicans or these gay anti-feminist people or whatever, or not anti-modern feminists. No one wants to be an anti-feminist, but you know,
sure,
these garbage. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it just like people don't know what to do. They don't know how to react because the first thing that you go is, you're a fucking Trump supporter. Well, you're a racist. It's like, oh, but wait, he's black, so he must be. And they just don't know. They don't get it because
honestly, once it comes down to like black Trump supporters, then it just comes down to like intelligence. Real talk. real talk. I'm not even going to bullshit here. No.
Wait a minute, though.
If you are a black Trump supporter, then you're willing to look the other way. If you're willing to look the other way at some of the absolutely ridiculous things that Trump has said, things that he's done in this rally, then either you have not looked up on your research on your candidate.
Yeah, but some of the stuff that you've given him shit for are like the same things that you're giving me shit for about the Muslim religion. Like it's vicariously, like it's not like I can't say that Trump. I don't think that Trump is a racist. I think that a lot of Trump supporters are probably racist. I don't think that Trump is. I don't think that Trump is nearly as dumb as we all think. I mean, the guy's a fucking billionaire, but he's got a great brain. I mean, whatever, he said that I got a great brain. Do you believe that shit?
Trump.
He's so funny.
Trump is a racist.
How is Trump a racist?
I can't. Nah, man. I can't.
But this is like, I've heard this argument before, and when people say, "Oh, how or why?" Like, I don't know. Nobody has an answer. Like, why is he a racist?
It's like I've literally seen examples. Like
what?
I'm trying to So I remember this one rally in particular. You know, they're talking about people that are I think taking jobs and all this other shit, and I can't remember the exact thing that he was talking about. But
so you mean racist Mexicans and shit?
No. So once he was talking about that, a bunch of his supporters pointed at a group of black people, just directly at, and as if they were as if Trump was talking about them and their demographic. Everyone started booing. Trump looked directly at the group and vindicated them and said, "Get them out of here. Get them out of here."
No, wait a minute. I know what you're talking about. No, see, that's so twisted, though. I know what you're talking about. I know these group of people, I know just what you're talking about. They went to a rally. They happened to be all black. They stood up, and they started interrupting and yelling over Trump.
No.
Yeah, that's what happened, dude.
That's not this video. That's not what happened.
Well, if you could give me the video, and I can't refute something like I see, but that's just, I don't know. I don't know. Why would Trump, someone running for president?
I know. That's why it's ridiculous.
I can't believe that, though.
All right, I got to see if I can find it.
You got to find it, because I can't believe it. And even if I see it, it's like, am I going to say because he's pandering to a crowd that he's a racist? I mean, maybe. I think maybe he just likes to please. Even at that point, it's like, well, is that refutable evidence that someone's a racist? And then even then, what does it mean to be a racist? Like, someone would call me a racist for the shit I said about Muslims before. I mean, am I a racist? No. I mean, obviously not. But there is a certain group of people that, we have a problem with. And is that being racist? No, it's just being practical. It's like, I'm not going to say, it's not being racist when you say black people are good athletes. It's like genetically, Katt Williams?
Yeah.
Did you see he punched like a seventh grader in the face?
Yeah.
And he got choked out like a bitch.
Yeah.
And that seventh grader did not look like a seventh grader. He had big, giant fucking legs and like, he's like 12 years old. He's built like a 15-year-old. So I mean, it's not racist to say that it's just a fact. I don't understand why people are so sensitive, and it's like people are so emotional.
It's like, there's a reason that people should be emotional about the person that's supposed to be the avatar of the entirety of the United States of America. Absolutely. And when that person is literally inciting, inciting,
but I don't believe violence. It though. You're right. You can't have it. But then Obama, people hate Obama for the shit that he does.
Yeah.
I mean, people hate that he's like not willing to like stand by like fundamental aspects of what it means to be the president. But I mean, I don't know. I will say this: the political landscape will never be the same.
Oh no.
What Trump is doing, good or bad, is a milestone in history, and I've equated the political system to a sporting event. A lot of people that have too, or wrestling. And if you even look at some of the graphics where you see the different people with I think I actually made this point already, but you see the graphics with like the different people with their faces like showing up like HD, like Trump, Bernie, Hillary. It's like this, the GOP debate. It's like we're watching the playoffs. And
they did this shit in Futurama.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was like two people, two heads, like the glass jars of heads of like old presidents, and they showed like Sunday, and like their heads were just like they were facing the screen, and they turned to face each other, and the heads like smashed into each other and shit. Perfect. Yeah.
I mean, there you go. South Park, many years ago, had the perfect analogy where Stan didn't like. All right, so South Park cows, they're changing the name to whatever. They're changing the name, so they were changing they had to come with a new mascot, so they're like voting for who's going to be the new mascot, and it was between a giant douche and a turd sandwich.
Oh yeah.
And Stan was like, "It's dumb. Like I don't understand the point of even voting for it to begin with. It
doesn't matter regardless.
It doesn't matter regardless." And then it's like, "Oh yeah, but you just need to." And then it's like, "Yeah, but." And at the end, it was like the moral of the story was like, at the end, you're always going to be voting for a giant douche or a turd sandwich, and that's pretty much what a lot of this political system has been. But when you have Trump in here now, it's like this whole weird like what the like. Plus, like realistically, like I have to go vote for Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Trump.
I have to vote for Bernie Sanders, but I kind of feel like also I have a responsibility to vote for Trump simply because I hate the political system and how dumb it is. Also, there's things about it we don't even know, like super delegates. Did you even know about that shit?
Definitely. Well, I've definitely heard the term, but I'm not too well versed in the.
Just pretty much, super delegates are just like giant, they pretty much make our votes not matter. That's that. There you go. It makes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We do not matter. So when you understand super delegate, it's like, why are we even doing what we're doing? And it's so ridiculous. The whole system is fucking ridiculous. And there's like rules where, I don't even want to get into it because I don't even fully understand it, and it makes me annoyed. But, so to have someone like Trump come by and go like, nah, we're gonna, and then, like, everybody thought he'd get kicked out. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody thought he would, he would gain no traction, but he did, and he's like defying. You know what, Burn? You know what he is? Trump, whether you like it or not, is like a punk. He's like punk culture, and he's like going, nah, fuck this, and he's getting away with it.
He's definitely getting away with it.
And I don't like Tony. I think shut down when we were talking about this last time, about how I was even like equating to like kind of supporting Trump, and he was like, no, fuck this, and he called him a racist and all. But like I don't know, man. I don't know.